just tracing your energy here, just kind of floating in to you, finding this balance. This balance, you know what your perfect balance is, and allowing yourself to grow special healing session. We are healing your deepest self. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 sweetheart. This is your nightly self-care routine. And if you're returning back, so much love, so much care, and so proud of you for holding this space for yourself. I'm a facilitator of this space, but you do the power. Don't ever get it confused and think that it's me. It's not. It's you have the power. You hold the power. And as long as you show up for yourself and take care of yourself, that's the most important thing. So let's get started. Now, let's just work on shifting the energy. Because before we start getting into oh, life is happening to me type thing, don't want that to be the case. We're going to quickly shift it somewhere else. So just breathe in and out. Release and let that go. And start to see the life you want. That's it. Keep it very simple. Whatever life you want. Don't overthink it. You'll have plenty of chances to think about the life you want again. Start to see the life you want. Okay. Now start to make some decisions. What do you want in this life? And everything in the life has to make you smile. Like, it has to be peace, calm, happiness, luxury, baby. You want to have all that kind of feeling in whatever it is. And of course, your definition of all of these things is most important. It's not what you think somebody wants for you. It's what you want for you. So whatever just makes you happy and fun, go with it. Now, see what you need in front of you. Whatever it is that is going to bridge the gap, whether that is income or love or friends or connections, whatever that is for you, see it in front of you. Breathe into this. Relax into this energy. Start to get familiar with it. And sometimes we don't feel like we deserve something, so just ease on back in. Or sometimes we have so many things that we want, we're like, what shall we focus on? Just choose one, sweetheart. That's okay. And just work with the energy. You know, it's very interesting because when I work with clients, it's very tailored to their specific life at the moment. And working in this collective space, it is really about opening up this collective energy or this opportunity for all of us. Everybody who is watching this session, participating in this session, to bring this collective and combined energy into the space in order to raise the vibrational frequency, i.e., get us to wherever we're trying to go. You feel me? So the work you do, it helps you, but it unconsciously and passively helps another person too, because of the way that you are setting your intention here. So just breathing through this, inhaling and exhaling. Occasionally you'll see me do Reiki symbols. Other times you'll see Metatron healing hand positions. Both I am trained in. But as a seasoned practitioner, I believe in the intuitive healing experience. And so I'll do whatever the energy calls for. My practitioners know how I am. I'm always telling them, develop your own unique healing style. Learn as much as you can because you want to have as many tools under your tool belt. But help the collective in whatever way is best for you, if that makes sense. Whatever is your unique way, don't do it the way that I do it the way that you are being called to do it. And so this opening up is going to the deepest part of you. The deepest part of you, sweetheart, and just opening it up to just cleanse out. So occasionally I'll be quiet. I'm usually doing a blessing or pulling in source energy or whatever it is you believe in to cleanse that area. So I'm still with you, but just breathe deeply as I'm doing this. Pulling in the goddess vibrational good. The energy for the greatest understanding. surrendering to your greatness. That's the most important part. Surrendering to the highest self that you are able to present in this experience. Don't shy away. Don't give up on yourself. Don't look the other way. Just face who you are. Face your strength and your beauty and your resilience and your understanding and your peace. Face all of that. Face the gratitude that exists within your body, within your heart, within your soul. And move through that vibrational frequency in that direction. Letting go of anything that's coming up. So as we do the work, it is not about reliving past trauma. It is about looking at it from a very bird's eye perspective and letting things go. Just washing. It's like washing a dish. You're just washing the dish of your soul, of your vessel, of your body, and just let it go. And feel this beautiful energy just flowing through you, cleansing all of that, the deepest parts of you. And just, when you got a cup, you got a little bit of the soap in there, you just we're gonna do that. And you all know I'm paid in smiles, so I need those smiles. And bringing that in, just pouring that out, bringing that in, pouring it out, bringing that in, and pouring it out. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet a little bit, again going in to do the blessing. This is just where you want to just continue that process of just pouring out, pouring out, pouring out. As a healer, I often feel like it is important to have whoever you're working with, so this is for all my healers out there, whoever you're working with, to feel as much a part of the healing and in control of their healing than it is just something outside of them. Because you never want someone to get into an unhealthy relationship thinking that the solutions are always external. No, the solutions always start within. We're having this session to reprogram you and retrain you to find that strength to do that self-healing until you can get to that space on your own, or to help maintain if you are in that space. Okay, breathing in and out here. So I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit. I'm still with you. Just bringing in the highest potential, the source of energy, and allowing the energy to flow. The greatest amount, understanding and potential. Believe. Give it up. No matter what. Okay. So, I'm going to do some Reiki symbols because I want to cement it. Reiki symbols are sigils, and they, to me, represent the combined energy of any person who has ever used a Reiki symbol for the highest vibrational good. So that is what we're sealing this with. We're sealing your deepest self with this, okay? Okay. So how are you feeling? Okay, I just want to check in with you. Feel free to comment how the session is going for you. Breathing in and out. And trusting all of that. Trusting, trusting, trusting. Trusting, trusting. Now tell me something you want. You can put it in the comment section too. Tell me something you want. Like something that is just totally unreasonable, but you want it. Okay? And make it big. it's something about like a dream or a career path, I want you to tell me what is the highest level of that, because this is a teaser, because you know what's coming up. You know what next month is. It's one of my favorite months of the year. Why is it? If you've been in the community for over a year, you know what I'm about to say. I rarely repeat themes, but Nonstop November is about to be a thing. Okay, so just breathe into this, giving the highest thing that you want. Release, let it go, and I'm just going to work to remove any inhibitions, anything that's like making you think like, everybody has it, it's okay, it's perfectly normal. But I'm just going to remove those and give you an opportunity to feel what it feels like without having that, and to check in with yourself, breathing in and out. Okay. Opening you up, relaxing into this, smoothing through that energy, finding peace and clarity in that, and relaxing into it. What's coming up? I'm going to do a collective reading in just a second to see if there's anything, like any messages, but I want you to look first before I get there. You know, I want you to be clear about what's going on within yourself before I get to the collective message. Okay, I don't want you to just hear the collective message and be like, oh, that's what's going on with me. No, I want you to look at yourself first and then see if they compare, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple more seconds of me holding the space, pulling in this energy for you to just look over yourself. What do you need? What's going to heal you? What's going to get you to where you want to go, baby? Okay, sweetheart, what's going to get you? Okay. Just a couple more seconds here. Then I'm going to go into the collective message. I'm already getting it. Okay. So just breathe in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Releasing and letting go. So 2 words came up, and the first word that came up very strongly was power, and the second word that came up was freedom. And so power and freedom, it is accepting your power and giving yourself, granting yourself permission to have that freedom. You are in full control of your life, your money, your love, your health, your wellness, whatever it is, you are in full control of it. And you have to give yourself permission to be in that. Right now, if you feel not balanced in some area, it's because you're giving your permission away to someone else or something else. You need to take it back. Take back that you have the freedom to yourself back up with your true power. Unlimited amount of energy. Patience, kindness, grit, determination, and peace. Tranquil peace, and protect that energy at all costs. Okay, closing that up there. Beautiful. Okay, good job. I hope you see the potential that I see, and I hope that you act on it, or I expect you to act on it, because, don't waste this miracle of life. You're so lucky to be alive. You're so lucky to breathe air, and people will really be changed by you, your story, and what it is that you share into the collective space. So don't dim your light just because it doesn't feel right. No, sometimes you gotta figure out how to share the gift or find gratitude for living, even during the tough times, even if that means you gotta go slower than you usually go. Sweetheart, you see what I do. If I don't feel like doing something, I don't do it. I'm not about to be over here losing my mind over something that's small in the day. If I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do it. And when I feel like doing it, I do it. But most importantly, I always dream big. I always hold myself accountable for the long term. And I try to show up and be a reflection of what I expect from you. Because I see the beauty in you, okay? So peace. I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special session. It is all about removing stress and anxiety. So for all the overthinkers, let's calm the mind. Maybe you have some good ideas that pop up, but let's just relax, okay? So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly daily, or whenever you come here to do whatever it is that you do when you're in this space, self-care routine. And since you're new to the community, you're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And for all my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Do I have your permission to say a prayer? It is not a religious prayer, and because consent matters, do I have your permission? Okay. You ready? I need to let you lead this. I've said over 1,000 prayers. Next time, you're gonna lead it, okay? Dear universe, and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yes. Okay, so let's do this. Just a reminder about the pre-week. Been talking about it. I'm not about to talk about it no more. Either y'all gonna be here or not. We're gonna be having a good time. But yes, let's go into the session. Okay, so if you happen to be an overthinker, over worrier, your brain just got a lot of brain chatter, let's just work on doing something useful with those thoughts, or just calming it. Think about really in these moments coming up with systems. A system is kind of like a routine schedule of what to do when the mind starts to wander. Because that's the biggest difference between anxiety and depression. You're here, right? Oh, look. Sorry. You're here. And if you lean too much into the past, you get stuck there, and that's depression. But if you're here and you lean too much into the future, worrying about things that haven't happened yet, you can't control, that is anxiety. So we want you to be balanced right in the center. something else. Say it's a different thing. Maybe it has to do with love. You want to find the right person for yourself. Okay? You cannot control making this person show up. I don't care how many spells or petitions you do. Now, don't get me wrong. You can put that out there and people will show up. You better have excellent discernment or people will be wasting your time. That's why I'm saying, like, when you start meddling with the universe, be prepared for what shows up, baby, because it's gonna show up anyway. Like I was saying, you cannot control or force someone to love you. You know, you can't make someone love you, but you are 100% in control of how you love yourself, how you treat yourself, how you show up for yourself, how you care for yourself. And in that way that you are treating yourself, you are demonstrating to every person around you how to treat you. That's how you pull in a soulmate. That's how you attract love, not the other way. This way, okay? 100% of the things you can control. Wow, loving myself more, having more self-care for myself, that'll attract me to my true love. Well, yes, if that's what you believe, if that's what you genuinely want. You know, we're assuming everybody wants a true love. You may just want some friends. I don't know. feel any anxiety, I will go and take a 20-minute walk, low impact, and I always feel better and always come up with really good ideas. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of ways that we can do things. So it's up to you. You don't have to do that. It's up to you of what you want to do. But use your brain for good. don't use your brain for hurt. Use the power within it. If you've got big ideas, big thoughts, trust yourself, believe in yourself, give yourself space to explore that. You might surprise yourself for what you come up with and what starts to appear in your life. So I hope that you are feeling less worry and less stress. Typically people say they do feel less worry after they talk to me. I think it's because I'm like, yeah, you could be sad, but right now we about to solve this problem. And I think as soon as someone figures out a solution to what they're worrying about, it kind of takes the power away from it. I'm like, you can worry on your own time. We about to come up with a solution. And then you're just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go back to doing what I was doing. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed this session today, and I hope you feel better. You feel calm. You feel inspired. You feel energized, okay? The way that I look at my life and see all of the things that I have found a way to get to the other side. I love that our space is a place where we can practice, continue to learn and apply. So whenever I'm facilitating spaces or whenever I'm opening up the community, it is just giving you all an uninterrupted space so that you can work on yourself and not have to overthink it or anything like that. Just keep going. Literally, if you keep going, you're going to get somewhere that'll really make you feel balanced. And you're like, I think I like this. So babies, if no one has said, I also go by Jed. What's up, everybody? I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It's going to be another mini series. It is about healing your feelings, how you feel, your heart, the energy, the emotion behind things. So we're going to be doing some balancing of that today. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly or daily self-care practice. So you just take care of yourself and you just be consistent. I don't know if you've checked the community post, but I put a question out there that said, how long have you been a part of the community and how has this community impacted your lives? So feel free to share that in the comment section or in the live too. So let's go ahead and get started. We start this session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, you ready? Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's do this. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, 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 okay. So just in this moment, just relax and take it very easy. Breathe in and out, of course at your own pace, and connect in with your feelings, whatever that is. We're not placing any judgment on those feelings. We're just open to the fact that we have them. And as you exhale, allow them to just drain on down. Again, just drain on down. If you've ever watered a plant, you have to put the plant in a dish in order to let the water drain, hydrate trusting in yourself, trusting in the process, just rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Okay. Okay. And relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Release. So again, we're just going to allow the energy of your feelings, your emotions, to be released. Take the message that they bring, whatever that message is, carry it with you, but release and let it go. I find that some people hold on to the feeling, whether it is a happy feeling and you don't want to move on past that point in life, past that person, past that situation. So it becomes enabling, or a sad feeling, a feeling of struggle, a feeling of trauma, a feeling of something that maybe you haven't had a moment or an opportunity to process. So it's almost like you're kind of stuck in a circle over and over and over again. And sometimes we got a combination of all of those. One way to release and let this energy go is to practice inhaling and exhaling and releasing. When we move our air, we move the energy. Try it. When we move our air, we move the energy. When we move our air, we move the energy. When we move our air, we move the energy. When we move our air, we move the energy. Good job. Just keep going. Keep going. Now, I want you to take inventory of your body. Pay attention to anything that's happening in the body. Are there certain places that feel like they hurt, or certain places that it's not a good or bad feeling? You're just drawn to that area. Whatever that is, focus on that and send your air again to that area. Okay. Just work through that. trust the process of life. Even say to yourself, I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Say it. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Keep saying it. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. And keep working with that energy. Keep flowing forward with that energy. And move, shift, balance, and focus. Focus on what really matters. When we go about life, we have what we feel. This is what I feel like doing. This is what I want to do. This is where my goals, my desire, my dreams are. And then we also have what we think, which we're going to be working on next. But our thought is how we strategically think about things. What makes sense? How do we take our dreams and connect the dots? But sometimes those two things can be different. You can have a dream that does not make sense, and you can want to do something that makes sense that you don't want to do. You know, if you ever forced yourself to do something for someone else, take on a role, a job, a dream that someone else wants, just because you think it's the right thing to do. I see it all the time with people doing get-rich-quick things, like they think it's the right thing to do. Child, that's a whole nother story. But regardless, connecting the heart and the mind in these moments takes balance. So what I like to do is allow the heart to tell us where we're going, what new direction are we going. But I use the mind to follow through on the things we've been doing and we need to keep doing. So the heart tells us to go forward, and the mind helps us to follow through on those things that we know we should do, we genuinely want to do, but sometimes you don't feel like doing it. And I'm going to make an episode of the podcast that's going to talk about that too. So the Organize Your Purpose podcast. So in this moment, just release, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Okay, release. And just work through this. Work through this balance. Work through these things. Trust in yourself. Trust in your heart. Trust in your mind. Trust in all of those things that bring you together as one. So I just want you to take your hands and just bring them close and say, I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Okay, good job. So if you're one of my new babies, you get one kiss on the forehead. All of my returning babies, multiple extra kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to let you know that if you would like to experience being my apprentice, you can join the pre-week. It starts March 19th and it's from March 19th to March 26th. I just looked at it too. I was like, it's from March 19th to March 26th. The apprenticeship full kicks off April 2nd. But if you would like to experience a week in the apprenticeship free, come on over to experience it. You can use the link in the bio. And of course, if you want to know anything about anything I'm doing, either I'm on my website, reikihealinghope.com, or I'm on the mpcommunity.com, the My People app. So come on over there, okay? And time's a ticking, baby, because once this apprenticeship gets started, it gets started. I may run it in the fall, I may not. I do things based on how I feel, baby. And I'm being very intentional at the fact that there's going to be a lot of you all who are going to be going into your Saturn return in Pisces. It's going to be tough. And so if you would like to use this apprenticeship to anchor down in your own life, feel free to do so. I just wanted to give you an opportunity beforehand. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? So we're going to start this session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us down in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, let's say a prayer. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, 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 okay? Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And I want you to experience gratitude. Gratitude for this moment, for the love that you already have in your life. And even if you don't feel like you have love, you always have access to love. You have to choose to use it. So just say thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my soul. I'm going to keep experiencing that. So as you are going to sleep, I don't know, I just felt like this might be relaxing. I think I like the pressing sound more. I don't know. But as you're falling asleep, I want to connect you with love, okay? So just relax your eyes. Again, we had this conversation before. Prop your phone up, don't let it hit you in the face, and just relax. Just relax. sweet because you are able to see what you need. You connect to where you need to go. And in your heart, you grow, grow, grow. Keep breathing. See the possibilities of what is to come. Continue to find your one inside of you. Love isn't through. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. And move through this. 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 Okay, just breathe here. Relaxing into your energy. Just plucking away anything that needs to be removed from that which allows you to heal and be whole. You have, you are, you will be, you can be. You are pure love. Love surrounds you in all that you do. Love is with you at all times. Love can be found within your heart. So just breathe, and we're just gonna scan through your body. Just all over. And be connected to love. And I want you to be patient with yourself too. And what I mean is that don't rush love. When I say that you have access to love at all times, you do. It is within you. But when you're looking for love outside of yourself, don't rush it. Walk with yourself. It will be worth it. Can you imagine how someone's going to feel when they finally meet you? They're going to feel like everything they experienced was worth it to find you. So instead of trying to rush to get there, know that you are the prize. They are the prize. Take your time. And as you know, experience with smoke, okay? So it is up to you which one you want the most. And we're just going to do all of them pretty much. Okay. So I think the easiest one to do is this one right here. So I always say, use what you got. So whatever you got in the kitchen, use. So inhale. has a sweet taste to it, but it's not the same as sugar. Licorice is like that too. It has that sweet taste to it, but it's not the same as sugar. And I guess now I care a little bit more about how things impact my body than, when you're younger, you're just like, you don't care. Try to have a good time. So I personally would enjoy a licorice smell. I don't think anything is wrong with that. Anything is wrong with that. Like a nice little licorice smell to it. Okay. So I'm going to go back to just place that on the side. And if I can get this mugwort to light, I'll do it. The mugwort is a little bit tough because it is that powder on the bottom. Mugwort is something that I really enjoy using because you can find uses for it both in cleansing, across various cultures. You can find uses for it in cleansing across various cultures, as well as consumption. You can eat it too, both for medicinal reasons or just culinary reasons. And what really got me researching mugwort is I was doing some ancestral work all of last year. And when I got to Korea and started learning about Mugyo and Korean shamanism, I noticed that mugwort was a very important herb that came up. And so it was something that I looked into more and started to add it to my practice. And a really, really cool thing happened to me the first time I used it. So I lit some, and I had some at my altar, and then I went into a channeling session, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do in that channeling session. So I went in the session, and the way that you would hear it being said would be like, I received all these downloads, but the way that I'm going to say it is like this. When I was in that session, it connected me with my ancestors, my Korean ancestors, and I was able to get a lot of information that honestly I should not be able to have access to. So it was extremely helpful and really enlightening. It was very powerful. It reminded me of the first time I ever used the crystal blue kyanite. I'm trying to see if I had one near me, or if I just had black kyanite near me. But blue kyanite can be really nice because it also can, really strengthen the third eye, strengthen the throat, strengthen sight, vision, and things like that. So, So yeah, I burned this mugwort, and I was able to channel my grandmother, who I intended to channel, but I ended up getting my great-grandmother, which was very fascinating. Neither of these people have I ever met, and it's very interesting for those who are interested in channeling. There's clearly a language barrier because I'm speaking English and they're speaking Korean. But what I notice is that in communication, especially with those, that have transitioned on, what tends to happen is that you're communicating, but you are not limited by speech. And so energy that is, on the other side, or just energy in general, you still have to have boundaries. You don't keep your front door open for everyone to walk in. And so don't be so excited to have this energy in your life and just say yes to everything. You still need to exercise boundaries. So if you struggle with boundaries in the physical, you will probably still struggle with boundaries in the esoteric, which can show up as things like people being empaths. It can also show up with fatigue and different things like that. Learn how to say no. Learn how to negotiate your path. Don't feel like just because you have a gift that you are required to do that thing. Sometimes we can come into this life with very wonderful abilities that we don't want, and maybe when we want to go and develop other abilities that we don't necessarily know yet, and it is up to you to decide what you want to spend your time doing, developing, and cultivating. When I was a little girl, I had the gift of hearing. So I was clairaudient. And with this, let me say it in the technical term. I'll say clairaudient, but technically that's not what was happening. Clairaudient means the ability to know something that you should not be able to know, and the way that you receive the message is through hearing. What I was experiencing was mediumship through hearing, which technically is a different thing. And of course, these are things that we talk about in the energy healing practitioner apprenticeship and stuff like that. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. And so I had the gift of hearing, and I can't say that it freaked me out. I just felt like it was very inconvenient, and I got to the point in my life, actually before I really started focusing on being a practitioner, that I just told the universe, no, I don't want it. And I know that that's kind of interesting for people, that why would I say no? exist. No expectations, and we do what we need to do. But, I had no intention of telling that story, but I guess that's our Mercury in retrograde story. Maybe sharing too much. But our Mercury in retrograde story for the week. So let's take some moment for you to be able to channel or to meditate, Instead, it is replaced with appreciation, clarity, questions. All of these things show up on your path. Don't always confuse hurt with pain. Sometimes discomfort is hurting you in a direction. Just like don't always confuse comfort with positive. Sometimes we can be very comfortable to the point where we experience stagnation. So just know that whatever's showing up in your life today, it is not to hurt you. It is simply to light your path. So trust that you can follow this. Trust that you can flow forward in this direction. Trust that you have everything you need. Trust that it will work out. So keep breathing here and just allowing that energy to wrap in front of you, around you, to the side of you, and filling yourself up. Take a breath in. Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale, release. Now just bring your awareness back into your body here and just relax. I want you to pay attention to any words that are coming up, any feelings, any sensations. Remember them, they are important. And if you are feeling good, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Keep on breathing. Find your truth. Find your reality, even if that truth and that reality is just now in this moment. If you are working on shadow work, understand that energy, regardless of if you're working on shadow or light work, energy is neither good nor bad. Energy is simply neutral. But the way that we experience energy as an individual dictates to us if we feel like this thing is good or bad. When we release energy, when we separate ourselves from a conflict or a consistent cycle, that release of energy goes back into the universe on an energetic level and just is repurposed to go do other stuff, to be released, to not be held. So the energy itself is living, but really what it is when we come next to something else, it creates a connection. And when we do that shadow work or even embrace light work, we're releasing the connection. So the energy itself is not something that you really have to think about. Think about yourself. You are now free to expand in other possibilities. So when you let go of those karmic relationships that no longer serve you and you no longer serve them, what you are releasing is a obligation that no longer applies, and you are now free to try other things. Just understand that that transition can feel Mercury in retrograde in Libra, right? A lot of love and partnership themes going on. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care practice. And if you're returning back, Mama loves you. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you're new, we start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experiences and bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, babies, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Just let it go, okay? May I touch you? Okay. Just relax. Okay, relax. I'm just gonna place my hand right there on your third eye, okay? And just breathe through it. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intention and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, and religions and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So I'm going to go with the Reiki symbols. My sweet little babies, just to get us started. Okay, so sweetness, just breathe in and out and relax into this moment. Feel free to drift to sleep, drift to slumber, and relax. Or you can channel or go into a trance session here and breathe through this, okay? And relax. Be sweet to yourselves, babies. Be kind, be loving. Give yourself all this beautiful energy. Okay? And shower yourself in this beautiful gift of love, compassion, forgiveness, kisses, all that sweet stuff. And just relax in the moment. Now you know I'm paid in smiles and YouTube ad revenue. Y'all know I'm gonna be cheesy. I just do things to make you laugh, because when we do this work, the more that we're just relaxed, let's just be relaxed, okay? So just breathe through this and just be yourself. So clearing away past pain and giving you a fresh start in relationships, in love, in connection. You deserve the love you are looking for. You deserve the beautiful peace and space that you need to develop yourself in a romantic and in a self-love way. You deserve all of these things. So let's just recalibrate your energy to that frequency that best serves your life force energy. And for you to fill yourself up with this beautiful energy surrounding you that is love and compassion. So let's just realign your energy, because it's like, so let's bring it back in, okay? Sweetness, we're just gonna bring this back into line, because sometimes when our energy is spread out too wide, we're all over the place. Let's just bring it in and just narrow it. We want laser focus on our understanding of this. So I'm gonna go in and do some past work, relieving any pain that is surrounding partnership, or those that have hurt you in the past, or if you have hurt others in the past. So going in and releasing the need to hold on to So, it's actually a very cute message. It is like a cloud with you lying on the cloud, and the cloud is almost like your bed, and you're just, you know. And the way I would interpret the way that it's coming across is you're looking for comfort right now. There's a lot of things that have taken you out of your comfort zone, and you're just looking for comfort at the bare minimum. Something that feels like home, something that will finally let you just put your bags down and relax. And so let's work on that during this session. It was so cute. You were so cute in those clouds. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so freaking precious. So let's just move this energy through and just work through layers, letting go one at a time, releasing and unzipping ourselves to the next part of us. It's like Shrek, the onion with layers. So let's just move it through and work through this energy. And I'm just going to slightly remove any lower vibrational experiences that no longer resonate with you in this moment. And I'll just help you do this as you release it yourself. Breathing through the space where you can find yourself again, and you can realign yourself with the love that you deserve, with the love that brings you smiles, with the love that brings you kisses, with the love that brings you comfort. We're all looking to be comfortable. So allow yourself to be receptive to whatever kind of love that you need right now in your life, okay? And perhaps if you're on a journey and you're trying to figure out if the love is right for you, does it bring you comfort? Does it make you feel like a cloud, taking a nap with a cloud blanket on top of you? A fluffy pillow, and you could sleep for hours, Have you ever had like a snow day and you don't have to get up and go to school, and it's just so cozy because it's cold outside, but it's warm in the bed, and you don't have to do anything except just lie there, and it's like the day has so much potential. That's what love should feel like. That there's so much potential. That it's comfy like a snow day. And that it's relaxing and peaceful. Okay, I'm starting to feel your shift now. And I feel pretty good about that. Just breathe through this. Okay, so what else? Okay, now, as I work with your aura, I'm gonna go ahead and say love takes time. It takes patience. The love that takes the most time is always the best love, the love that stays the longest. The love that you didn't even realize was growing for so long, so that it can stay where it is. And love is also multifaceted, okay? People are gonna come into your life in, different durations, and they're gonna leave whenever they're or you are ready for this energy to separate, and that's okay. Love doesn't have to be permanent forever. You'll have a couple people that you'll go the course with, and that is okay. Just remember that the love you receive is always a reflection of the love within you. So any changes that you want to make externally have to come from internal shifts, and that takes times. It can take months, it can take years, but you're worth it. You're worth this shift and this change, and for the right energy to enter into your life, and for you to be able to surrender to that energy, and that energy to surrender to you, okay? Breathing through this moment, relaxing into this energy, finding the greatest amount of balance with yourself. And so now I'm just going to use some hand positions just to relax you. We've done all we needed to do. And let's just relax your energy at this moment. Sweetness. And just relax into yourself, into your body, into your energy, into your connection. And be patient as we fluff up your energy. And just take your time here. Relax into this. Remove any distractions that prevent you from relaxing. Remove any distractions that prevent you from relaxing. And start to find yourself in this beautiful, comfy bed. Cold and snowy outside, and you're wrapped up nice and tight. And you're just breathing in and out. And there's no place that is more comfortable than this place and this moment. No other place you'd rather be except for right here, in this space and in this moment. And breathe in to who you are and what you want and what brings you comfort, and find that comfort. Understand that discomfort plays a role in the experience of the universe, but it is not to punish, only to point out, only for reflection. We're going to learn in different ways. So, take what you need and leave what you don't. Find the space to relax in yourself. Let go of anything that is no longer serving you, and connect with your deepest understanding of the beautiful energy that surrounds you. You are love. You are light. And you are courage. All things for the highest vibrational good. Continue to breathe. 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 And relax into this feeling. Well, family, you did a fantastic job. I enjoyed our session today. Please be sweet to yourselves, babies, and be loving and kind. During this Mercury retrograde and Libra transit, there is a lot of shaking up when it comes to the one-on-one dynamics that we have with others. And so this is a beautiful time to be very self-compassionate and very patient. It's leaving retrograde next week. You'll be fine. understand that everybody just like you is working through something. So give yourself grace and you'll be able to be understanding when others need that too. So I really enjoyed this session. If you would like to be a part of our inclusive mystical self-care community, you can join us on Patreon. If you would like to become a Reiki Master Teacher, we have certifications open, and whatever you need, you'll be able to piece it together, okay? So, if no one else says it, let me go ahead and say it. Wash your hands for at least 30 seconds. Don't touch your face. Wear a mask in public. Get vaccinated and be sweet to yourself. I love you, love you, love you. Babies, cannot wait until the next time. And also, I love you. I already said that. Bye. Be sweet to yourselves. I'm really proud of you. Continue to a Reiki Master Teacher and Intuitive, and today we have a special healing session for self-care September. I thought because you are working so hard, we just have a nice relaxing sleep session. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. If you're returning, love you, love you, love you. If you need more support, join our inclusive community on Patreon. And if you're looking to become a Reiki practitioner, there are trainings in the description box. So let's get started, okay? Relax here. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to fluff your energy a little bit. And I'm going to be scanning over the aura. I'm going to let you know if there's any collective messages that come up. And also just balancing your energy. So let's just work through this. I'm going to move very slowly because this is a sleep session. And I want you to feel comfortable enough to close those beautiful eyes and go to sleep. So let's move the energy in and out of the space without judgment, without need to define everything, and start to feel the energy that I'm sending. It is not an energy of waking up, but just a soft, subtle blanket of energy, of protection, of slumber. So if you ever have a tough time going to sleep, feel free to watch and share this to receive that beautiful, gentle energy that we practice in Reiki and as energy healing practitioners. I'm just going to keep going with this. So I'm going to go over your head. That's your crown. And your third eye. Your face. And just relax the face. Relax those facial muscles. Release them. Go into the throat. Give me a deep breath, inhaling and exhaling, letting it go. So I'm just going to move any excess stuff that may have been caught, whether that is in your thoughts, which is stress, in your feelings, which may have felt repressed, like you couldn't just let them come out, in your voice, where you feel like you can't say what you want to say. I'm going to remove all of that so that you can go to sleep without the need to overthink or the need to bring anything else into the moment except for relaxation of you. So let me come back to the energy. How is it feeling? You can use the comment section to share how you're feeling. How is it feeling? Now I'm going to begin to read messages for the collective. As you know, collective messages are things we're all experiencing moment when you feel sad or uncomfortable or facing fear, things like that, that it is an opportunity to find the beauty in each moment, the beauty in destruction, the beauty in creation, the beauty in stagnation, the beauty in fear. And so I think the focus here is fear. So if there's anything that's coming up for you that is fearful in your life, or even irrational fear, find the beauty in it. Instead of trying to chase, not being able to sit in the feeling, accept the feeling, and find the beauty in it. Allow the soul to be an artist in this moment, painting a beautiful picture. So I'm going to go back in and continue to work your energy now throughout your shoulders, your front, your back body, and release and let go. Finding the wisdom in the peace, in the rest, in the understanding, in the patience, in the patience, and the patience, and removing any invisible shackles, invisible obstacles, and allowing clarity to happen. Now, from the top of your head all the way down, begin to turn that energy down. Begin to close up shop so that you can recharge the battery. Start to go underneath the veil so that you can connect to greater messages, but only connecting to those messages as long as you feel that you are able to turn off the mind. So let's turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. And we're also going to soothe the energy so that you know you don't have to keep it on at all times, and relax. So just take a couple moments. I'm going to be sending you just some relaxing energy, connecting with yourself here, breathing in and exhaling, releasing and letting go, feeling the energy flow from the neck all the way down the chest to the lower limbs, to the feet, and out, even through the arms. And let's just fills you up, receiving messages, or just helping you to heal. If there's any particular areas you want to focus on, whether it is emotional healing, mental healing, energetic healing, physical healing, spiritual healing, whatever you're looking to heal, it's probably going to be a combination because everything touches each other. Let's go to those areas and let's allow the energy to flow in a way that it is filling it up and it is flushing and cleansing it out, okay? So just opening yourself up, opening your heart up, opening that space up, sending that energy in, releasing and letting it go. Now at this point, feel yourself go deeper and deeper into the sleep. You can do this as you sleep. There is no need to have to be up or be about. Just relax into this, filling it all the way to the toes, back up, wrapping you in this energy, wrapping you for the night, creating a cocoon of compassion, of support, of understanding, of patience, of relaxation, and of balance. Having that space for you, having that space for you, having that space for you, giving yourself permission to have that space. Now I'm just going to keep working on you, setting the intention that you relax deeper and deeper, finding your space to flow and letting it go, surrendering to the moment, surrendering to this energy, surrendering to all that is lovely and wonderful. And in the moment, breathe here. Okay. Just preparing the energy for the next day and shutting some things off so that it doesn't need to stay on the mind, the feelings. We're going to go ahead and let that go to sleep, shut that down. The energy, let that go to sleep, shut that down. And let me just sweep through your energy. I just want to get a sense of where you're at right now. I'm going to go very slow. You just continue to breathe through this. Just taking this moment to sweep through the energy, to relax it, to surrender, to find the ultimate peace and smile and happiness within the self, connected to a greater vision of whatever it is that you want to accomplish on a soul level in your soul purpose. Finding balance in you, finding peace in you, understanding and perfection in the beautiful way that you have decided to live this life. I'm just going to do some work here. Relax. Take it easy. Drift into that space that is here for you, available whenever you need it. A lovely space for you to go and flow in and release yourself, to let loose, to let yourself go, flow, and exist in this beautiful energetic void that lives between you and your dream world. And in those dreams, begin to drift into the slumber, allowing sweet thoughts to flow through your head of comfort, of relaxation, said it. Let me go ahead and say this, family. Wash your hands for at least 30 seconds with soap and water. Wear a mask in public. Don't touch your face. Get vaccinated and be sweet. I am Jessica. I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive. And today we have a special healing session. It is all about, how do I say it? It's like being naive. You know, the benefits and maybe the downfalls of that. I'm like, maybe I should have came up with a better title, but you'll get what I'm talking about when we get through it. So, welcome, babies, to your nightly self-care routine, a place where you can work on yourself and focus on your self-care journey to heal and do what you need to do when you need to do what you're doing. Okay, so if you're a new baby, welcome, and for all of my returning babies, welcome back. Kisses on the forehead. Mama loves you. Okay. So we start our practice off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay, you're ready. Just relax. Dear universe and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. I say, okay. Okay. Cleansing maybe, yeah. Got some cinnamon. Okay. Breathe that in. Allow that to ground you and allow it to bring you the financial support that you need, you are looking for, that you want to hold on to, a steady income, things coming into your life so that it gives you the freedom to purchase, have, or hold experiences that you desire to have at this time in your life, okay? So just breathe to that, the cinnamon. Okay, so let's just scan through, seeing what's going on here. And as we work to that, just understanding what I meant by being naive, you know. Sometimes it's like in tarot, the Fool card. You know, the Fool card can be, sometimes you don't need to know everything, because if you do, you won't rise to the occasion. But then there are other times where it's like very easy to become very energetically codependent. Okay, where you'll see maybe a group of people, you really like what they're doing, you like the knowledge that they're sharing, but then when you actually get into the interpersonal dynamics, it might be real janky and it might be real weird. And I think when there are leadership positions, if the leader or the person who is mainly organizing the space, you know what, let me say it like it is, because I'll say the leader, because the way that I look at myself is I see myself in a leadership role, but I see myself as an organizer in the space, and I see it as more of just a space for you as opposed to a space to look at me like, oh yeah, you know, I'm so great, you know. It's more of a space for you. I wanted to think about when I was coming along in my journey, what was I missing and what would I've really liked. And for me it was a consistent community, a space that didn't require you to have a certain ideology, and that just helped in a very mystical and esoteric way. And so that's kind of my hope. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. When there are certain leaders who, you know, they don't know how to separate being in that role with their everyday life, and so they may have some maybe not so savory things that in their everyday life maybe isn't a big deal, but you kind of have to hold yourself to a different level of responsibility, ethics, when you know that the things that you do are there to help, you know, others. And so it's weird, you know. I don't like popularity contests. I really don't like when people feel like they're being left out. And I think that that's kind of what I mean by being, don't be naive in those spaces, you know. Hold your own, hold yourself as an individual. And if you feel safe over time, then open up more. Now, the areas where I think you could be a little bit more naive is when it comes to the opportunities of your life purpose, where we can be so hard on ourselves thinking, well, if it hasn't already happened now, I mean, you know, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes you gotta just be naive and you gotta surrender to the universe. That's what I love about the esoteric, mystical things, universe. It doesn't have to just be in a tradition. These things are practical. You can apply it in your relationships. You can apply it to your life purpose, to money, to jobs, all kinds of things like that. And I think that it's more important applied than it is in theory. And whenever you do anything in application, it's always very different from the theory. So I would say, if there is something that your life has been calling you to do, and you've been doing it as best you can, but you're ready for a higher leap, a higher jump, I would encourage you to be a little bit naive. Maybe don't freak yourself out by all the negative things that could happen, but instead say, I think I'm equipped to handle anything that could arise, to pivot, reshape, and make it better. But this is something I want, unapologetically wanting what you want. I think that's really difficult for people to accept. Well, this is what I want, because also know that things change, you know. Your life purpose might be to help people, but maybe you do it in different ways. Maybe sometimes you teach, other times you play, other times you lead, other times you follow. Just whatever that is, you know, that you can be in a collective space and all of that. So just opening yourself up here to those experiences. And let me get y'all's opinion on this, because I was thinking about this the other day. You let me know in the comments. Do you see me as a healer, a Reiki healer, energy healer, or do you see me as an ASMR artist? Because I want to say that I see myself as a healer. I don't see myself as an like it, I love it. And I think the real cool part about it for me is that when I have students and when I have clients, I can actually do the thick of the healing or the teaching with a lot of these traditions that I've learned, or a lot of the practices that I may have, and it just feels so appropriate. I don't know how the right people always seem to find me, but they do. I thank you, universe, for that, So I think in no way does it hinder them in finding me. Just breathe in and out. I also put a poll up asking, if I did a Q&A, if you have any questions, so you can actually go and look on the community tab, and it's going to have that there where, if you have a question that you want to ask me, I think I'm considering doing that, a Q&A. It would probably be live, because it's been a while. And oh my gosh, my life is changing so much. I don't know if you all do this. Do you all go through like your old, I was gonna say Facebook, do you all go through your old just pictures and just look at the transition of your life? Child, it started, I was going through the first YouTube video all the way to today, because it's about to be the 800th video, right? You know what? 800 videos in 4 years. That's 100 videos a year. That's wild. That's wild. This 200 videos a year, I was like, I hope y'all were there with me when I was like, that don't sound right. That's 100 videos a year. I was like, no, it don't. That's not 100 videos. That's 200 videos a year. Yeah, it's been a real interesting. It's been real amazing. I can't even lie to you and say, oh, it's been real interesting. To be honest, it's been fucking amazing. It's been great. It's been great as fuck. Like, it's been lovely. It really has been a very lovely time, and it gives me, I don't know, it gives me so much stability and purpose in my own life, and it makes me really happy to know that you are coming here and taking care of yourself. I don't know, that just makes me happy to know that you're working on yourself, or that you're, just to have a place for people to just enjoy self-care. I think so. There's a lot of spaces that are there to tear down, but I think that this space is to build up, Yeah, no. If you know, you know. Also, if you're a fan of chocolate cake or any desserts, I don't know, over the years I seem to have grown a sweet tooth. I think most of the time I'm very a savory person. I like savory snacks. I like salty and crunchy. But I don't know. Life is good, so I think maybe I'm doing more dessert, because every time I go out to eat, I be getting upset because I get food, and then I'm like, if I don't have room for dessert, I be mad, because I like anything a la mode. Oh my gosh, bread pudding with ice cream and caramel, chocolate brownie. I like the little molten one with the ice cream. Oh my gosh, I love carrot cake. I can enjoy red velvet cake. You know what? It is what it is. I have grown not to like cheesecake anymore. I used to like it when I was younger, but I'm real particular about cheese. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like when it comes to cheesecake, only like plain cheesecake. And I like some interesting stuff. I like some like regular mac and cheese. I don't like when people start putting turnips and pumpkins in there. Honestly, you know, unpopular opinion, I don't even like when seafood goes into it. I don't even like crab and stuff and shrimp. I'm not saying it's not good, it's just not for me. I don't like mac and cheese bars. I was at a work function one time and they had like a mac and cheese bar, and it wasn't a bad idea. You know, you could put scallions and bacon. I'm like, that's cute, but you know, I just like a good old mac and cheese. And I feel the same thing about a grilled cheese. I don't like all that extra stuff. Now don't get it twisted with a melt. I can enjoy a good sandwich and a sandwich breast with some cheese in it. I also don't like too much cheese in my grilled cheese. Now I can enjoy the excess of certain things in food, but when you start putting like more than 2 slices of like that processed cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich, oh gosh. I got one more, I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't like real cheese on a grilled cheese. I only like processed cheese. It don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It needs to be processed. It needs to be very queso-like. I don't know. So that has been an impromptu session on what are the things that one likes to eat. But whatever, you know, we'll just go with it. Well, babies, I hope that this conversation of food has brought you, I was like, what was the original point of this? A naive and not naive sense towards life. Boom. You know, I'm a Gemini, so I will connect 2 points that have nothing to do with each other and bring them together. And I just let me say that I think over the 800 videos that we've had, I've actually been on my best behavior to not be so Gemini all the time. But today's feeling a little more Gemini than usual. Or maybe it's my moon. My moon is in Libra, so maybe I'm feeling a little bit more Libra-y, you know. All that hair. Well, sweetness, I hope if you got anything from this, it was a smile and a lightening of your load so that you can enjoy life just a little bit more sweeter. There we go. We talked about desserts for the sweetness. And you can just feel good about yourself, feel good about the space, feel good about the time you're in, and just release and trust. Things will leave your life. Things will come into your life. But release. I think it's more interesting to be seen as someone who just trusts the universe and go with the opportunities in front of you than being so rigid and just not wanting to trust. I think it's nice to make room, and you know, I try to look yourself that you never give up on yourself, and you never give up on your dreams and your goals, that your only purpose is to figure out how to enjoy this life and find things that are worthwhile living, okay? So, let's get started. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So I'm just going to go all over, okay? So I'm just going to start by pulling out an old memory. And we're going to keep that old memory in the past and begin to reestablish new identity for yourself. You don't have to feel like you are who you used to be. You can be you can be whatever you want to be if you choose to be that. Now, for those who are dream chasers, don't forget that we are doing the 52-week challenge on the Patreon community. So, Patreon Reiki Healing Hope. And if you would like to join that challenge, we are meeting again, and we are going to be doing some strategic planning to getting our goals accomplished. I know my goal is to get as many people to the end of their goal, because a lot of times it's not that the things are hard in the goal, it's just being consistent. And this is a community and a collective that will hold us together so that we can make that happen. And it's only $3 a month, so that's the Patreon. So, as I pull the negative energy out, I want you to go to sleep, to rest. And if you would like to, you can also do some lucid dreaming, or if you just need to take a 30-minute power nap and half an hour nap, feel free to use this session to do that too. It is just a way to fill you back up and to fill your cup up, okay? So let's just balance you here. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the week of the comb. I might have to whip it back out this week as well. So just the future. Okay, let's continue to just pull out each thing now. Let's remove any kind of triggering situations that make you feel like and we want ASMR triggers. We don't want life triggers. And let's just balance that out. Let's balance that, balance that, balance that, balance that, balance that, balance that, balance that. Out, balance that, balance that, balance that out. Just okay. So I'm going to start to pull out your potential and bring it to the forefront so you can see it, deal with it, work with it, and make things happen, okay? So much, 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 so much potential, so much encouragement, so much wisdom within you, around you, and surrounding you, that you can accomplish anything. Anything that you wish or hope to accomplish, it will be. It will be. Just closing your eyes and resting your energy. You've worked very hard, and so you get to rest now. Rest, rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Okay. Checking in with you. How do you feel? How's the energy? Okay. Just balance. 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 Remember who you are. Remember why you are living this life. The only thing that you really need to do in life is figure out how you can enjoy this life each and every day. That means you have to choose. You have to do things your own way. You can't follow the crowd or the trend. You have to connect in deep with your soul's desire, your soul's mission. And others don't have to understand that. Only you have to understand that, okay? Only you, only you have to understand that. No one else. Only you, 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 only you. restful sleep, whether that is all night or whether that is a cat nap, whatever you are looking for right now, I want that to be sent to you and for you to receive that for your highest vibrational good, highest vibrational balance, and anything else that you need in these moments. So babies, if you're dreaming big this year and you need some extra help, you can head on over to the Patreon community because we have this 52-week challenge, as well as continue to come back every night as you are working through your self-care journey and experience, okay? Well, sweetness, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but who cares that I